I got back a letter from Australia. This woman lived in one of the western states, I can't remember which. She was a professor and she was in Australia doing something for the summer. And she said, I'll come by your house when I get back. And I thought, you've been in Australia all summer and you're going to come by my house before you go home. But she did. She came. And one of the things that came out of that, she wrote an article, the Smithsonian prints a magazine that is for academia. It's not the one we buy on the stands. But she wrote an article for it, a lovely full-colored spread, and about my Elvis altar in particular. Someone at Kohler Manufacturing Company, I believe that's in Minnesota, saw that. They called me, and they wanted to use that piece in a show they were going to have of shrines. They sent a truck down for it. We were just bowled over with how this worked. And they sent a truck to bring it back when it was over. Things like that just happened that, like I say, was no way in the world you could control it or make it happen or even think to ask for it to happen. So I've had some amazing things come to me, all because it started at the W. I would have never dreamed that I could have done anything like that on my own. I couldn't have. But I owe an enormous debt to the college.
Well, that is beautiful. Wasn't it great?
Yes.
I was just in awe.
Me too. Jeez.
You just got to talking.
Let me touch you. I didn't know most of that.
Well, I didn't either, of course.
Well, it takes a little bit of nerve, writing that lady a letter. I didn't have any idea what would come out of that, but so the year that I was finishing at the W, a group of us were in conversation, and I referred to the fact that I almost had enough money saved to build my studio. And the professor said, a man, don't you know that every artist plans to have a studio and nobody ever gets one? And I said, well, I'm going to have a studio. So we bought one of the portable classrooms that Mississippi was selling off, a 20 by 40 building, and got somebody to put it together. And it turned out that the money I had saved was enough for me to get my building and one just like it for my husband. And we were able to get the things that we needed. I got a kiln and things like that. And having a studio makes all the difference in the world, because people are comfortable to come here and come to the studio. They're not comfortable to call up and say, can I come to your house and look under the bed, see where you got your art. One of the professors at the W said if it's under the bed, it's not art, and I had a lot of stuff under the bed. So my first studio was down the hill from my house, and eventually I was forced to add one on that was joined to the house because I'm too old to go up and down the hill all the time. And this is before cell phones. I didn't have a phone down there. I didn't have water down there and so forth. So this is the absolute dream of any artist of any sort, to have a room to put all your stuff. You don't have to clean it up if you don't want to. You can just do your thing.